Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to rank all the champions in Anime Fighting Simulator X. So as you all may know, Anime Fighting Simulator X just released, and champions are basically units that you can use to help training. So as you can see, different units have like different attributes and they train different things. And the rarer a unit is, the better it probably is. And there's a lot of units in the game. So without further ado, let's rank all of them. So first up, we have the S tier. And the first unit we have is Boro. So Boro is an S tier unit because it is extremely OP and is one of the two secret units in the game right now, along with Daffy. So it's pretty OP because it trains 40% chakra, durability, and strength while not being shiny. And it also has a 15% chance of doing an attack when you are hit. So this alone just makes it super OP because no unit trains 40% chakra off the rip. Usually you have to make a unit shiny in order to do that. So I think that when you make it shiny, it doubles, so that'd be like 80% chakra, so it's almost training almost double. So it makes it extremely OP, and it increases as you level it up. That's why it's our first S tier unit, and probably the best unit in the game right now, along with Madara. So Madara is our next S tier unit. So this unit is one of the best units in the game right now, and it's only a mythical unit. And the reason this is so OP is because it gives a 25% increase to all chakra attacks, 25% increase to HP, and 25% decrease to all ability cooldowns. So this overall is just insanely OP because most of the attacks that you use to damage bosses are chakra attacks, and the health and the cooldown decrease is really good because this is just extremely useful for fighting in general, and I would definitely use this over any other thing. That's why I'd rank that at the S tier. So our next S tier unit is actually a new secret unit, which is All For One. All For One is a brand new unit, and this unit is extremely hard to get. So this unit can only be obtained from the OVERHAUL boss right now, and it is probably the best unit in the game right now because if you check its stats, as seen by a few YouTubers, it actually gives plus 20% increase to all attacks, minus 20% damage to all incoming attacks, and gives a 15% special XP boost, and trains 0.6 durability and 0.6 chakra. So this makes it insanely OP, as it should be because it's really hard to even fight the boss because you need to get a 0.5% drop, and that's why this is probably the best champion in the game right now. So next up, we have the A tier. So the A tier are the normally obtainable units, and they're not hard to get units, but are still really good. So first up, we have the few mythicals. So first up, we have All Might. So All Might is a brand new mythical, and this unit is actually pretty decently OP. So All Might gives a plus 25% damage on all strength attacks, and when you go below 50% HP, all the damage will be increased plus 50%. So in my opinion, this is extremely OP, and I would definitely recommend using this because if you're a brawler and you like to fight bosses a lot, then you're definitely going to use the plus 50% damage a lot. That makes it insanely OP, and trains pretty decently too. Times is 0.41 for the shiny version. I just got the shiny version today. So next up, we actually have Pain. So Pain is extremely OP, and this is actually a boss drop from the Pain boss. And the reason why this is so good is because it actually gives a really good passive because it gives a plus 30% damage and plus 25 increase to main 8 HP. But the hard part about it is getting it as a boss drop from the Pain boss. But once you get it, it's really good, and I believe it's a legendary right now. That's why it's in the A tier. So next up, we have Whitebeard. So Whitebeard is another mythical, and the reason it's so good in the A tier is because it gives a 15% increase to all damage and 25% increase to overall HP. And if you fall below 25% of your actual HP, then Whitebeard will boost all your damage by 50%. So this is similar to All Might, but it's just like a lower nerf version. But it's still extremely OP because the damage buffs and the HP buffs are super helpful when grinding. So that's why I would put this at a solid A tier. So next up, we have Navi. So Navi is actually Nami from One Piece, and this is a pretty good unit. It's also a secret, and the reason it's only at A tier right now is because of its yen passive. So it gives 50 yen per minute, and I think it goes up to 1.3k per minute when it's shiny and leveled up to max. So this is insanely OP because you don't even have to grind for yen or anything. You can literally just AFK and it just gives you a ton of yen. But besides that, it's a pretty mediocre unit, but it's still at A because it has insane yen grinding like powers. So that's why I put it at A. So we only have 3 more units left in the A tier. So the last 3 units are Sage Naruto, Dracula, and Broly. So first off, let's start off with Sage Naruto. So Sage Naruto is actually really OP because once you equip it, then it actually increases all your attack damage by 25 to 30% and gives a bunch of other buffs too. But just because you have to get it with Robux, it actually decreases the value of the unit because it's just pay to win. So I don't really appreciate that. So that's why I would put it at an A tier. So next up we have the next few legendaries, Broly and Dracula. So Broly is actually really OP because it trains a lot of strength and chakra and durability, and that's why I would put him at A because his stuff is really good for legendary. And then finally we have Dracula. Dracula is really good just because of his sword training ability and his others like passives too, because he actually has some pretty decent passives for a mythical. So that's why I would put him at A, but he's probably the worst mythical out of all of them. But yeah, that's everything for the A tier. And if you wanted to see how I rank other champions, I will have the tier list shown up above. So as you can see, most of the commons and the rares and the uncommons are actually pretty lowly ranked because they're not that good. Whereas the epics, the legendaries, and the mythicals and secrets are the best units. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching and please subscribe.